Good day, everybody. This is Chuck with CyberSmart Web Marketing Solution, and the web's all abuzz with the recent Google algorithm shifts that have been going on. And I've noticed for the past week there's been a lot of shifting in listings, even hour to hour. I've been watching things change, and so I just want to go over some of the good SEO practices and what SEO is going to be like in 2011, because Google's going to be cracking down on a lot of things. And one of the first things that they're going to be cracking down on is content farms and scraper sites. These are websites that don't have hardly any or very little unique content, and they take clips from other websites and place them on their own. And Google has just kicked in a new algorithm to scrub them type of sites out and kind of knock them down a little bit. So that's something to look for. Article marketing and backlinks. I've gone back and forth with different methods of article marketing, and I don't any longer submit to multiple sites. I primarily work with ezine articles, and that's the only place I submit my articles to. As far as that kind of thing, blasting out one article to 200 or 600 sites, and there's tools that do this. I don't recommend using them because it's just eventually Google's going to catch up with that, and you're going to get penalized for it. And we work too hard on our business websites to be getting penalized with stuff like that. You're better off, and my new strategy is finding a quality website that has good rankings and submitting a unique article that benefits their website to see if they will publish it with 2 or 3 anchor links back to my website. And I will not publish an article on my website or anywhere else, so that article only exists on that website. Getting a few links like this with some good anchor text links from some well-respected websites is worth way more than getting 600 links from low-quality content farms. It just is. And a lot of companies have always been doing this, and Google has said they're going to crack down on this. I haven't noticed it so much, but they're saying that 2011 they're really going to be tightening the belt on that kind of stuff, and that's a good thing for the people that are working hard at unique content. They should be rewarded for that. Another real big consideration this year is going to be website speed, your loading speed, how long it takes for your website to load. They toyed around a little bit with this in 2010, but that's really going to be a factor to consider. And in your Google Webmaster Tools, there is an option for checking your website loading speed. If you use WordPress, I just did a video the other day on some top WordPress plugins, and I switched to a different caching plugin. I used to use WordPress Super Cache, and I've had problems with it, jamming up websites. So I now use W3 Total Cache, and I've had real good results with it. And I'm scoring real good on page load speed, even though I have heavy graphics. My background image is a heavy graphic, and I got a lot of photos. I don't have any Flash. I stay away from Flash. But I got good page load speed, and that's going to be a factor this year in 2011. The other thing has to do with mobile phones and mobile search functions. More and more people are on the go all the time and looking online on their phones and handheld devices. And another great thing about using WordPress and working with the iThemes community, they have a plugin that serves up. It's called Server Buddy. It's a great plugin, and it recognizes when a mobile device is coming to your website, and it offers up a mobile-friendly page, so that your normal website normally is not going to look good on a small screen on a cell phone or a handheld mobile device. So that's a great plugin to have. And so this goes back to, the same old. There's a lot of trends all the time and a lot of fads about doing this and doing that. And it just seems to always come down to content is king. there's been some talk about how link wheels no longer work, and I haven't found that to be true at all. I use link wheels and multiple blogs and things like that, and to me, it's not whether you use those kind of things, but it's what you're putting on them. If you're putting duplicate content on all your microsites and all of the things that you have in your link wheel, well, yeah, that's not a good thing. But even if you have, let's say you have half a dozen other blogs outside of your main website that you're building a link wheel with, and you have unique content, valuable content, it's not going to hurt you. That's what I've found to be true. I mean, people argue about this all the time, but I've had great success with using what I call satellite sites. And again, it's just a matter of whether you're putting spammy content on there or if you're putting quality content that benefit people. And it also has to do how you hook your link wheels up. You don't want to close your circle, and there's a few things you don't want to do. But yeah, it just goes back to good basic on-page SEO with regular updates of quality content, and you'll withstand these algorithm shifts. You hate to wake up and see you've been listing well for a long time on a certain search phrase, and you find out that you're on the bottom of the page or page 3 the next morning. And hopefully Google straightens out here. They're still shaking the trees a little bit. But what I've noticed, what'll happen is, even if you get knocked out for a little while, if you've been applying good white hat techniques, you're going to come back. It's just Google doing its thing. I've noticed some changes on local here recently. I noticed, the Google Maps that when you search for local things, that normally appears up in the right-hand side, and then it allows the space for the 10 other listings. I've noticed here over the past couple weeks on some markets where now that is taking up the entire page. And I don't know if that's such a good idea, because it kind of limits the amount of choices for the user. If you're looking for a drywaller, for example, in the Chicago area here, there's a lot of drywallers that don't live in Chicago, and in order to be on the Google Maps and the Google Places, you have to get verified through your address. So if somebody's looking for a drywaller, and all they get on the front page is 10 drywallers that are in Chicago, that kind of knocks out all of the companies that are in the suburbs. So I don't know if that's such a good idea, because a lot of people live in the suburbs and work in the city. So I don't know if that's a good idea, and I haven't seen it on all things. For roofers, I noticed that it changed. For handyman services, it's still the same. The Google Places, the Google Maps is still up in the corner, and they're allowing for the organic searches. So I don't know what's going on there. I hope that settles down, and I hope that's a change they don't make, because that will greatly influence local search and really cut a lot of other people out. I think it's a bad move on their part. But so the two things, we're right back to the same thing: good, basic, quality on-page SEO with quality, unique content, and a good backlink profile that you don't have a lot of links coming from low sites with duplicate content, article spinning, all of those things. I've given up on. I used to do article spinning and some of those things, but I don't do that anymore, because I just find, it just adds to all the spam and all the noise online. There's so much of that today, and what Google and Bing and all the search engines are trying to do is they're trying to provide a quality user experience for the people searching for things, and and they're trying to cut through all the spam and all the black hat techniques. So it looks like there's some major changes going on right now with Google, and 2011 should be an interesting year for search engine optimization. So I just want to If you've noticed the algorithm change, I wanted to mention a few things about it. And like I said, it always comes back to the basics. If quality on-page content and a good link profile, and you'll be safe in the search engines. All right, everybody have a good evening. Peace.